sending this one out to all my G's on the East. Come journey with me through the Eastcoast Chronicles. Big hat gonna take our niggas back. You know what I'm saying? Ride with me on this. Yeah. Sure, yeah, nigga.
This video is not to promote the continuance of crime. It's for education only.
So us taking a stance against the Latinos was somewhat, in our mind, was a revolutionary stance. And we was all about unifying. So
in the penitentiary, we wasn't being oppressed no more. We became the oppressors.
Facts.
Yeah. We became the oppressors.
Panther went home and left the UVA and shot Quell.
Shotquell's in the building.
What's good? What's good?
Big Ears got jealous. That's when everything fell.
I really didn't want to tell you the truth. I like, all right, boom, fuck it. But then Iz wrote him. Iz was crying about it. Yo, how you gonna leave me out and got Quell? And then I was in house before Quell. So he wrote me back, yo, I'm gonna make Iz co-GF, so you gonna take the lead, but Iz gonna be with. I like, but that ain't made no sense to me. Like, you don't need two, Jeff. You know what I'm saying? Right. And not only that, man, he's got two different agendas. Like, he's a reactionary. I'm more of a thinker. I think shit out, and I'm more mellow and smooth and humble with my making my calls or whatever. So it's gonna be like cause a lot of chaos. So I like, man, I don't see it that way.
And at the time, you know, with Shotquell and Iz going through what they went through, and then Quell kind of fell back, it was left in the hand of Iz.
And I wanted to ask you this earlier when we started doing the interview and stuff, because I asked this to, you know, all those that's true and living, that's living the culture at present, or, you know, lived it back then. And what I ask now is that I want you to name, just give me one name of a true and living first generation big homie or whatever that did not get snaked by blood, that did not get violated, did not get crossed, did not
Robo Jess.
No, nigga snake Robo.
It's just the power struggle. Ain't no love no more.
It wasn't that we separating ourselves as far as we saying we not Don Moore, we against Don Moore, we against you. No, it was that we gonna take care of our own to protect our brothers. A lot of people is doing a lot of bullshit. I mean, that's not true. Y'all say y'all living by these rules. No sniffing dope, no doing this, no that, no this. But in reality, y'all doing this. And then y'all penalizing the little homies for doing bullshit. Oh, he messed up on taking a deal, so he a deal. No, y'all wrong yourself. Y'all write these rules, but y'all living foul. Mean, so for me, it's like, let me separate minds from this, and we're gonna bring it back through this.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even want my role. You heard? My role was forced on me. So when the division started, because at the time I was a 3-star. So when the division started, we had people choosing sides. So you had the big bro is he tried to give something to LG. None of us knew who LG was.
Yeah.
So we like, so who the fuck is LG? No disrespect. That's the big bro. No disrespect to LG. I mean, that's the bro. Free LG. But
free LG, that's a fact.
He like, yo, we give us the LG. So I'm, my thing was like, yo, hold on, you skipping Face, Dada, and everybody that was there. Like, who was this guy?
Yeah.
At that time, Brim was a very small movement at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because as people know that set started in Kawasaki, and a majority of them individuals was adolescents. You know what I mean? That came home to that set. So, you know, other individuals like was older than them, like Pee Wee and them. They was older than them. Like Iz and them is way older than, you know, Hellraiser and them is older than Pee Wee and these individuals like that. So they was kind of looked at a little differently though too. That's just keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying?
I don't go back to Rackets Down with Shotquell, Magoo, Ty Guns. So I don't go back to these days with them. As far as they concerned, like, who the fuck is Pee Wee? Like, who's this nigga? You know what I mean? So a lot of that played a part in it too, I believe.
So most niggas dubbed that, then he felt some type of way, and then they hollering us on this side. That side don't want to holler us on this side.
It's SI. Real name is Garland Tyree, but everybody know me as SI.
Now I bumped to SI on the visit.
So this is how the situation with me at SI popped up. He writes me a kite, said, "Y'all gotta holler at you, yo, but I don't go to visit no more because I'm not doing that good, whatever. My mom's can't make it like she used to." So I said, "I'm gonna pay the way." So I paid his mother away. She came up. We on the visits. We on 2 different cases. He told me like, "Yo, I know we gotta get Marvin baby back in shape, but yo, I'm not really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it." But they had a rift since Comstock, 1986, so they already been going at it. I'm like, "Yo, man," but I'm not gonna talk bad about the bro. You know what I'm saying? He was around for a long time. That's Mac's decision. Is what it is.
When I left 99, due to various situations, number one, Mac, not find out he's no good, and then dudes are still supporting Mac.
I supported Mac for years until I got the actual facts. I read it for myself. Like, it's not no second, third-hand information. I supported him. I continued to push his line till it was verified. Mac is a rat.
Now, like the last straw with me, I said, man, I'm out.
So when I started UBM, this was the purpose of UBM. UBM, I put out a whole outline and mission statement and everything. It was supposed to be a bunch of us that selected that come together as one with no big me, no little U's. I wouldn't even been the OG of that. I'm no GF for that, no nothing. It was everybody that had a particular, that lived a particular way, how they bang, how they what they bring to the table, and everything including to that, where I felt that they was the right person for that movement. Right. So truth be told, at A-Light, at Wino, at Best Eye, that's home right now. Robo just came involved.
Rest in peace to Big Bro, man.
Disney wanted to come involved.
From inside the walls of Polk Correctional Institution in North Carolina, Melton orchestrated a chilling series of events that shocked authorities in the nation.
But I didn't want to put Dizzy down because of what he was doing, the candy and all that shit. And I had quite a few other people involved, right? It's like a whole list of people, I think 20 of us when I was in the port. SI and all of them was there too. Nobody was saying nothing. Who was there? Nobody was saying about UB and everything. It just kept it as it was, right? But it was only supposed to be a set off to the side with no politics. Leadership amongst the people, not no leaders. You follow what I'm saying? Right. The only thing was with UBM was like how Mac did with UBL. UBL was never supposed to be a part of the UBN at first, but it somehow became immersed in it. But it was supposed to be a separate revolutionary set on the side. He reached out to me, Tank, and all of it, to get involved with it, but I didn't want to leave G-Shot at the time. I wound up leaving the port, and he sent me to, that shit was going on with Mac murder, and I'm part of a hit ring, and I got the paper. Matter of fact, I got the ticket in my room right now. I'm part of a hit ring, and they had his name involved and shit. So they moved me out to Comstock. When I get to Comstock, SI wrote me, rest in peace.
And that also goes into the beef that Quell had with SI.
But meanwhile, unbeknownst to me, he over there threatening dude, yo, you better go back to the original who you was at. Watch that shit. Quell got his knife right in his act. He had no permission for that. It wasn't a fish. I was a GF at the time. He was a fish. I don't tell me.
Fucking official, right?
Who I'm supposed to answer up to at the time, right? So he said, not a fish. Like, what? And Daddy Kite came over to somebody Able out named Gangsta Light. And he was a bunkie with Cormega at the time. And Cormega got a hold of the Kite and sent it to me through another brother that worked in the thing, right? I mean, in a box. So when Cormega gets the Kite to me, I'm reading the shit. It's from SI. He's telling me, yo, that nigga Quell, he this, that, and the third. Something got sent down him, and anybody, trying to be politically correct, my words. But anybody with him, they on it too. You know what I mean? Yeah. We on that type of time right now. So I'm like, what? So I did the first one slide. 2 months go by. Now mind you, I'm in the box. I'm going to visit full restraint. I'm shackled. So as I'm going to the visit shackled, I got to pass through AA and B.
Dangerous.
So anybody can just lash out at me. I'm only with one police, and sometimes be some old ass police about to retire. Like, so I'm like, hey, I'm shackled. I can't even defend myself. But nobody did that. But then he sent the second one. Yo, why shit ain't been done yet? I ain't hearing no feedback from over there. I'm like, oh, he doing too much, man. So I reached out. I found out where the people was at. I reached out, and no disrespect to his mom, it had nothing to do with his mom. Her mother lived that. I reached out. They 2 carloads of bros went over there. They posed in front of the house, right? They looked real menacing. They bandanaed up, and they had the pictures made into black and white pictures, so we won't see it. Bandana's red, and I had the pictures sent to him, and I sent a kite with it, like, yo, bro. I had a lot of love for you, bro. You're my little brother and all that, bro. But what I'm not going to tolerate, you're not going to send nothing at me when I'm in the state that I'm in, where I can't even defend myself properly, and think a motherfucker gonna cause me harm to that effect, and I know what I know, I said, bro, please, I'm asking you, bro, back up off that situation and leave that alone, bro. I ain't got nothing with you, leave that alone. But when he got the picture, he seemed like, I guess he figured, I might just leave that alone, you know what I'm saying? And I always liked the Jay Diamond's energy, man. You know, in some ways he's charismatic, in other ways people don't like him, but I never really had a real problem with him. But he gonna get to him. I guess he felt because I'm on that side, and they going at Quell, I'm gonna go at Quell too. So he's doing a lot of writing too, the Comstock, trying to get at me on that. So
Like it's only right that I roll with him. I was a non-trade gangster. I'm his drop. Like it was nothing against Quell personally. You know what I'm saying? It was my duty and obligation. That's how loyalty runs.
Right.
Yeah.
When we bumped heads and Wendy situation transpired, you know what I'm saying, and you know after it transpired, we met in the yard. I got Keep like after he did. We went to the yard and the wrinkles were smoothed out on that, right? At the time, it was really SI, Magoo, they was all going against me at the time. But at some point, that shit just died out. You know what I'm saying? Because even at some point later on, me and Magoo bumped each other. We was in Wendy and we spend the yard kicking it. We even bring none of that up under the pad. We just kicking it about regular shit. Because I was a Wendy population with Magoo when he first came out. And he had sent me a kite out of nowhere. It's the first time we actually even vibed each other, kite or otherwise, for years. He said, yo, I'm about to come out the population, bro. I know you've been out there for a while. And if you can, man, let everybody know, man. If it ain't nothing serious, man, try to keep the shit mellow, because the first thing they're looking for when I come out, the first thing that happens, they're gonna put it on me. And I know what he's going through. I know what I've been through, same situation. So like, all right, I said, don't worry about it. Shit's smooth out here right now. So he came out, he was in B block, I was in C block. He wanted to run his club where they go jog around the yard and all that. So he came out, we kicked it and shit, we was vibing and shit. And that was that. So me, SI, Magoo situation been done faded out years before that. You know what I'm saying? Going back to 2000, the reason why I stopped UBM is because a lot of dudes is flying kites to each other about UBM. Yo, Quell started that. You got each other trying to bring that up, you know what I'm saying, and put it on the map, and we ain't trying to let that go up like that. So we trying to basically, I'm trying to keep it contained, yeah, so it won't grow. But now, while they doing that, the administration is getting hold of these kites. So now I'm in Comstock, motherfuckers came to the box, and CIU is walking with Albany. CIU is, for those who don't know, Crisis Intervention Unit, that's gang intelligence. They stopped at my cell. Hey, Mr. Ford, what's going on, man? Yeah, see, you still starting up new stuff. So what are you talking about? Yeah, we know about the UBM. We know all about it. Yeah, everybody's talking about the bug.
They always get the job. It's always one of these fools that get caught in there selling a cell search, or they right now know they on game mail watch.
So I fell back off, like, man, I can't even get off the ground really. So I rode to the point, unbeknownst to me, dudes already done fell back because the pressure was on over there. The longest standing individual that stood by it was Bad Stop. He wouldn't leave until I said, yo, it's over with. You can't do it. These motherfuckers got wind of the shit before we even got off the ground. So we're gonna pull back on that. When I get to Comstock, that's when they want to put together the council. And when they put together the council,
that's when me and SI came together to reform the nation. So we said in 2000, we formulated what is known now as the council, aka Black Wall Street. And SI, may rest in peace, one of the realest non-trade gangsters ever.
He wrote me and said, yo, I know what you got going on, boom, but you know, if it's left behind, we really ain't fucking with it. We about to do our own thing, build the council. One man shouldn't be able to control everybody, boom, boom. So I already see right now the fix was in. I got to do it, and I'm out already. You know what I'm saying?
So in them politicking that, in the process of them politicking that, they was like, well, who are the individuals that we might have an issue with, or, you know what I'm saying, might not jack this and, you know, we gotta replace or turn food or whatever have you. So everybody who they had a question mark, who name on it, was like Lacey, Ty Guns, my cousin Dizzy, Big Ears.
But I didn't want to, when they started doing that council, I didn't want to pull Shine up out of the youth, because a lot of people want to be part of the youth. That's like that's just as strong as being in the hood and being part of the youth.
I was in the Red Castle. That's Comstock. You know what I'm saying? From 01 to 02. And that's when that was the Red Castle had the most Bloods in it at the time. That was the dominant prison, especially for maximum. And you know what I'm saying? That shit had fucking all the big fools there at one time, and everything was still UBN, and everything was just still all like really blood, my nigga. Like,
I left the feds in 01, 02. I landed in the state. Got
Gambino.
My twin, on Gambino. Official.
Was doing that, pulling people out. You thinking for a whole nation. I don't want to think for a whole nation.
Listen, Guns did the same thing, right?
So you a rapper? What are you?
Rapper, nah, nigga, I'm a gangster. It was really no backlash on it.
And this is the time when people were leaving the youth to convert to other hoods for status or anything that they thought that they deserved at the time. I don't knock them for that. A man is going to go with what he feels that he's deserving and what's rightfully is.
Ty Guns wrote me. He had ran across some paperwork with Mac, and he didn't get a copy of it, but he told me about it, and he wrote Mac about it.
Shout out Ty Guns. Salute, King.
That nigga wrote Ty Guns wrote Mac and told Mac, yo, bro, what's this fucking shit I read about you being a fucking rat? Yo, you a fucking rat. I ain't jacking you. And Mac wrote some harsh shit back to him. But at the same time, this one was being pushed out, and then Ty Guns was leaving because he wasn't seeing eye to eye with S.I. and him. So I was in contact. The whole Stone thing came by, had nothing to do with Ty Guns and nobody else. It was because of the time T. Rogers, when we first started learning about him, we didn't know too much about him. He's like a mystery himself. He wrote to me, he was dealing with some brothers in New York, heard about my name and wanted to reach out to me. And he like telling about how the Stone thing is. And I said, damn, that sounds like something that makes it sound more righteous. You know, we follow the tenets of Islam and all that. And I wasn't too much into the Islam part, but I like how the structure was. And that's how the whole Stone King came about.
Dudes was kind of branching off, like NYB started and things of that nature. Dudes was doing that thing. You know, I was getting the rundown of what was going on with that, and you know, Ty Guns wound up pulling out around that time. Starting, you know, pulled Stones out of UBN.
So we trying to form a band like together, like a triangle with Miller, ESG, and BSV before Ty Guns started giving out different hoods and making the nation. So, but I pulled out of it because it started bringing anybody and everybody in. At the time, I only had Monster, had Ice Cream.
Just you get shot 120 hood too.
No, he gave me that way after he went home and came back. Yeah. I don't know why he do that. But it started, so I said, nah, I can't fuck with that. So I just pulled back and started doing my own thing. So ESG is growing.
And you know, Pete, we followed the lead with that, and he pulled us out also somewhere around that time though too.
After the villains and everybody.
After the villains, he wound up pulling out after the villains. That's a fact.
Why did you think that it was important to move out of the U and establish the entity as NYBBA, and then the vision? What was your vision at for the people?
You know, B to L, what that means to me, that's what I was trying to bring. Let me bring this B to L back. We're gonna bring this B to L back. We're gonna do Grim Love. We're gonna show them this is how it's supposed to be.
That side don't want to holler to this side, yo. Well, Shaq and we, y'all hold that down, but such is a dub. And we like,
right. This is a lot of people don't know this. They're trying to dub Face. So we
I remember that.
Y'all not dub Face. And like I said, we don't know the bro. I don't know the bro. So
like you said, we never even linked with the nigga, but we knew who he was.
So even though he was who he is, you know what I'm saying? You know, as far as on paper, Lacey never really wrote no history. Lacey never wrote nobody and tried to do his. Lacey never did none of that. Lacey never did. Lacey don't write nobody. You know what I'm saying?
I stand at the time like, listen, you ain't touching nothing over here. Y'all ain't touching nothing over here. Y'all ain't been touching nothing over here. And that's what was that.
Lacey really didn't know these things because, again, he wasn't writing. So you really can't be in communication with him unless you're actually in his presence in front of him, which he was criticized for a lot, but turned out to be one of the smartest things ever to do. especially in his position, being in prison and where he's at. He actually, when people look at him as actually being, yo, he was a retarded dude or he's dumb, he actually one of the smartest. He's like the Kaiser Sosa of this shit. If anybody knew the movie of Usual Suspects, that boy mental and his militancy is on a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said, like, I got a lot of respect for him.